Hey guys, and welcome to my first kind of official Goosebumps video on this channel. Sorry about that. Today we're going to be looking over my personal top 10 favorite Goosebumps books. So let's just hop right into number 10. For number 10, I chose Don't Go to Sleep. I chose this book because I personally liked the whole way it worked about Matt going through different dimensions and where he was different things, like when he went from being like the older sibling, and his older siblings in the reality were his younger siblings, and he went from that to like a hideous monster, and it was all around a pretty good book. So now let's go on to number 9. In my number 9 spot, we have I Live in Your Basement. I liked I Live in Your Basement because I liked the whole classic, the colors inside the house type of thing. I just thought it kind of worked well with this book, especially because it was like a supernatural being. This was also one of the few books with actual like gore in it. I actually think this is the only book with gore in it, or body violence in it. But yeah, the only thing I didn't really like about this book was the classic cliche of Goosebumps that the kid's telling the truth, but no one believes him, like in every Night of the Living Dummy book and The Girl Who Cried Monster. But yeah, that's why it's not really higher up on this list. Now let's go on to number 8. In the number 8 spot, I chose Legend of the Lost Legend. I liked this book because I liked how every time it kind of kept you on your feet, because it was kind of like every time they avoided one problem, like when they had to face, I think it was like the big dog, which was a huge dog, and then they had to face like another problem, and then another problem. I thought that was pretty cool because it kept you kind of interested. But I also kind of like the twist. I mean, it was kind of a predictable twist if you ask me. But that's kind of why it's not higher up on this list, but I won't give it away, because if you haven't read the book yourself, I don't want to spoil it for you. But yeah, Legend of the Lost Legend, number 8. Let's go on to number 7. This may come to as a surprise to most of you. Even though this may just be a compilation book, I still read it through like it is, because this is the only short story book I have besides number 5 so far. So I read the whole thing, and I really liked it because it had a lot of stories that were made into episodes, which a lot of the stories are actually really, really different than the episodes, like Teacher's Pet, Haunted House Game. But I really liked it, like all 3 of these books. But you could say this doesn't count, but I say it counts. Anyway, let's go on to number 6, I believe. I lost count. For number 6, I chose The Girl Who Cried Monster. And I know, and for I Live in Your Basement, I complained about it being kind of like, I complained about, like, the adults not believing the kids. And this does happen in the book a lot, but, this was really early on in the series, while I Live in Your Basement was book number 61, which is literally one book away from being the end of the series. And it hadn't really been abused yet. I mean, obviously in like Night of the Living Dummy, and yeah, like Night of the Living Dummy, that's really all I can think of right now. But yeah, I just liked Mr. Mortman as a villain. I thought it was really good. I thought it was a really good play on the Boy Who Cried Werewolf tale. So yeah, let's go on to number 5. Yeah, 5. For number 5, I chose Night in Terror Tower, because I think this is one of the most creative stories R.L. Stine ever wrote in the Goosebumps franchise. And I also think that it was the best episode. Now, I'm not going to take the episodes into judging, because obviously not all the books on my list got episodes, so that would just be unfair. But still, either way, I just thought the episode was amazing, as well as the book. And the Lord High Executioner I love him in this book, and I'm just pissed that they didn't put him in the movie. And I haven't even seen the sequel yet, because I honestly didn't hear it was even that good. And I heard that not even I heard that there's not even Goosebumps monsters in it. So, well, by that I mean some of the monsters in it weren't even from Goosebumps. So yeah, let's go on to number 4. You knew it was on here. You knew it was on here. I'm not even gonna... You already know. Let's just move on, because you already know. You're probably mad at me for not putting it higher up on the list, but there are books that I personally preferred more. But yeah, let's just move on now, because you already knew the deal. For number 3, I chose Let's Get Invisible. This is actually the last book I read as of now, which I think I finished this book about a few days ago, and it was a really good book. I really liked it. I liked the villain wasn't the mirror itself, but the reflections of your reflection. And I like that Max kind of noticed that Aaron and Zach kind of had their features flipped when they were in for about 12 minutes. Around the 12-minute mark is when your reflection takes you in. And I just thought that was a really cool element. And I think it was just a really creative story. But anyway, now let's go on to number 3. I mean, not 3, 2. For number 2, I chose Attack of the Jack-o'-lanterns. This book actually used to be my favorite book in the series when I read it, but now after making this list, I changed my mind. I like that, I like the whole twist, which I'm not going to reveal. Actually, you know what? Screw it, I'll reveal it. If you don't want me to spoil it, I'll leave just skip ahead 20 seconds. Cause I don't feel like editing in the timestamp. But, anyway, I liked the twist that Shane and Shauna were actually aliens. And, I just thought that was a really cool twist. And I think the whole book just really encapsulated the spirit of Halloween really well. I don't think it was as good as A Haunted Mask, but, well, not episode-wise. But, yeah, now on to honorable mentions. For my honorable mentions, I chose Go Eat Worms and The Curse of Camp Cold Lake. I just thought these two were pretty good books. Now let's move on to number 1. And the award for my favorite Goosebumps book in the entire franchise goes to... No, actually, Monster Blood. I chose Monster Blood as my number 1 pick not because I liked it. I liked the book a lot, but that's not the main reason. The main reason I liked this book was because I read this book with my little cousin, who I ended up giving all my doubles to, so he could start his own Goosebumps collection. Cause I don't know, he just liked the book a lot, and I figured, it was a good book, and I'm glad that we could share this experience together, you know? But, that's kind of why I chose the number 1 spot. I also like the book a lot. I just like how both main characters are kind of funny and snappy or whatever. But anyway, that's gonna be it for this video, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, leave a like. So yeah, bye guys.